Okay, two difficult weekends for you. Maybe not riding-wise, but just the results aren't quite showing what you're capable of. How do you bounce back from that? Are you a guy who dwells on those tough weekends?
No, I don't. You know, and I kind of felt like myself. Like, yeah, Birmingham was great, and then we went to Seattle, and then first turn incident. It is what it is. The track was it definitely broke down and got a little sketchy. And then last weekend it was a mud race. Like, you can't hold your head down on that one. Like, I was just more glad that I actually came across the checkered flag. You know, there's a lot of riders that were just still stuck pulling their bikes out. So, you know, that was just a race, and then, you know, here we are. It's raining again. We're going back for round 2. So, I mean, I was actually excited last weekend because I kind of felt like when mud races like this, you don't know what's going to happen, right? And I think, like, that's the cool thing about it. I'm not saying I know what's going to happen on a dry race, but with mud races, you really don't know, right? So it's just part of the game. But I'm not a guy, like you said, to dwell on or anything like that. We just move forward, and here we are in Philly.
You're deep in this battle for 4th in the championship, maybe even 3rd. There's a lot of guys in there. Do you care? Does 4th or 6th or 7th or 5th, is that all the same to you?
I mean, of course you want to do good. I mean, it looks better on the resume for sure. But yeah, I mean, we're all in a points battle for sure. You know, it's me, Justin Cooper, and of course Aaron Plessinger's climbing up, and Justin Barsha as well. So, I mean, it is what it is, and these mud races definitely can change a lot in the points, but also too, it can affect the leaders too in the championship as well. So, no, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, if we're not winning, of course, but we got to strike at something. You know what I mean? So, I think first things first, let's see it through tomorrow and stamp it and have a good result, and then we continue to keep moving from there.
How do your end of season bonuses look? Is it just for top 3, or does it go down to 4?
Man, they don't play for 5th, but okay. They're top 3 only top 3.
I thought maybe you had like a really good negotiator in there, and there's a fat 8th place bonus.
No, I don't think if I did, I probably would be on a factory team. That's for sure.
Well, maybe you need me to do some deals.
I might have you be my manager and help me out a little bit.
Elephant in the room and all that.
There we go.
Well, speaking of that, I asked you a couple of weeks ago. It is now April. Are we negotiating? Are we moving on with discussions, or are we still step 1?
We're still at stage 1. Stage 1. There's just a lot of things going on, of course. A lot of riders that could be moving and things like that. So I'm kind of still stuck where I'm at. But, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, my job is to go out there, at least put some good results in, and hopefully get a phone call.
Oh, well, obviously you'd love to stay with these guys, but are you noticing attention from other teams? I'd imagine so. You've had a great year. Yeah,
I mean, other teams are talking, don't get me wrong, but as it is, you know what I mean, it's all talk until I see something in front of my head, right, in front of my hand. So I do love the team that I'm on. They're a great fit for myself, and me and RJ Hampshire get along great. So, I mean, it is what it is right now, but right now, I mean, I'm hoping something's going to be cracking here in a little bit.
Are we looking to go back to Supercross only next year or the year after? Or
no, man,
outdoor guy?
I had a great time last year, except for when you saw me at an Ironman. I was hurting. That was into the season. I was hurting. You know what I mean? Boy ran out of fluid. You feel me? So other than that, I was all right. I had a great time. Outdoors was fun. You know, I put in some good results the best I can, and it was just good to see the fans again. It's a different experience. Like, the crazy thing is when I was riding, it's not like I wasn't practicing during the week. I just didn't go on the weekend. So I still got to do the work, even if I did do Supercross only and I stayed at Eldon. It's like I still got to do the work during the week. So if I got to go out there and do all 30-minute motos, I might as well just go do it on the weekend too.
To be honest, that sounds completely insane. To do all of the work and not for nothing.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, I pulled up. We had two 30-minute motos Monday from the mud race. Straight from the mud, we pulled up a 30-minute moto. So, I mean, we're getting ready. Alden's putting his foot down, he's getting us ready, so outdoors is going to be fun again.
Maybe it is this outdoor idea with you, but what do you think the biggest misconception about you as a rider or an athlete is? Do you feel like there's something out there that's just wrong?
In like terms of like...
Just the way you're perceived, like, you know, everyone says you hate outdoors, but you love outdoors. Is there something else like that you think maybe people get wrong about you?
Well, I just think a lot of it was like the past teams that I've been on since 2017 were only Supercross only contracts, you know, like Joe Gibbs was Supercross only because I filled in for Justin Bogle. That was that. And then he came back for outdoors. And then 2018, or that was 2018, sorry. 2019, I got hurt, broke my femur, and then I was also a 2-year contract on the Motor Concepts. So everything that I was on was pretty much, and then in 2021 I was on Star Racing Yamaha. So that was on the Supercross only. So like I felt like my last 6-7 years were just Supercross only contracts. So and it fill-in rides, but it is what it is. You know, at the end of the day, like I said, I earned myself a 2-year at the time when I re-signed back in 23, a 2-full-year deal. So indoor, outdoor, and it's been fun since.
Last thing, because it's freezing.
It is cold, dude. I mean,
dedication. We appreciate the dedication. What do you need to improve on in these last few rounds of Supercross? Where is the weakness? What would be a nice gain for you to make on the track?
Well, first, I mean,
starts. Are we doing that again?
I haven't even go with. I was dead last weekend.
Yeah, let's just leave that.
Let's just stay up.
Yep.
You know, let's go there. No, I mean for sure starts, of course. I mean with these conditions, let's just stay up and keep the bike running. And I think we'll be doing all right.
Well, as an outdoor guy, these conditions are made for you.
Hey, I mean, yes, for sure. But there are some guys out there that you would think outdoor guys, and they did not do very well. So it is what it is. We're going to have fun tomorrow, dude. At the end of the day, at least I ain't got to do it at night.
Sure. Okay.
At least I ain't got to worry about the lights being in my blind and out. At least I can see where I'm at.
Well, I like the positivity.
There we go. And I don't like that it's cold, but it is what it is.
Dean Wilson, you're back in Monster Energy AMA Supercross. But first of all, this isn't just a HRC thing. You were always going to do some races with Quadlock, Honda, Urive. So this isn't a complete surprise, a complete curveball for your program, right?
Yeah, so I was always planning on doing 5 rounds of US Supercross with Quadlock Honda. And I was going to start in Birmingham. That was going to be my first race back. And then obviously plans changed, so right for the Honda HRC team, which is unbelievable. So very grateful for it, and the bike's been good, the team's been good. Everything's just been like too good to be true. So I'm loving it.
Do you feel fairly race ready because of the British Arena Cross Series, which you won? Great work, very impressive. Does that help at all, or is that just irrelevant because it's so different?
It's a little bit irrelevant just because it's so small. It was good to get the gate drops though, you know, good to get the racing, but I wasn't practicing at all during the week. So to be honest, I've had a good 3 weeks of riding, then a good 5. I haven't stopped training, so like 5 or 6 weeks, but you know, obviously I haven't had the most bike time that I would like, but this is like my A1, you know, everyone's been racing. I haven't, you know, raced a Supercross yet, so we'll see how it goes, but I think I've got myself to a pretty good spot, and we'll see how it goes.
How is the shoulder? Are you 100% with that and the rest of your body?
Yeah, I mean, the shoulders is not amazing. It's a little bit weak still, but you know, it's strong enough to be out there, and we're doing all right with it. So
is it one of those things that you're going to have to get repaired at some point? I feel like it's been, what, 6 months? Should it not be getting much better by now?
It happened at the end of November, I want to say.
Yeah, close enough to
Yeah,
6.
true.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, shoulders all good, bodies feels good. Yeah, obviously I've got some little niggling things like my shoulder, but other than that, I mean, yeah, maybe at one point I'll get it fixed, but you know, it's not like I really have the 6 months to take off. I've got a lot of overseas races and stuff that I have to do, and I'm doing all right. I'm getting by, and we'll make the most of this opportunity.
Yeah, you're doing these last 5 rounds, and then what does your schedule look like after that? You've got Brazil Arena Cross, the Arena Cross World Tour. Anything else locked in?
Yeah, so after Salt Lake City Supercross, I think you have 2 or 3 weeks, and then we do the first 2 rounds of the Brazil Arena Cross, which is a lot of fun. I loved going last year, so I'm doing that series. And then I also have the last round of the World Arena Cross Tour, which is in Abu Dhabi, so that'll be really cool. And then I guess maybe a little bit time off in the summer maybe, but I'm still racing in Brazil during that time. And then we got, you know, the World Supercross, the Australia Supercross, so it's going to be pretty busy.
Maybe you don't know to answer this question, but I'm interested. Obviously, this time last year, you'd raced all of these AMA Supercross rounds. You were obviously being paid decent money to go to the British Arena Cross. So, like, are you better off doing this part-time schedule with these unique races than you are just with what your satellite team deal here full-time?
to be honest, when it comes to like money-wise, it's pretty similar. You know, I'm still doing decent in that department, but it's really just the. Honestly, it's really just I didn't really want to do 17 rounds of Supercross anymore because it's just the risk factor and like you see how many guys are out. You know, trying to make 17 rounds is really hard, no matter who you are. You know, so that's why I thought I'd go do the UK Arena Cross Tour. You know, I didn't even practice during the week, just raced on the weekends, and then do 5 US Supercrossies. But it's motocross; anything can happen. Some years you're good, some years you're not. But I guess I'm just trying to minimize the risk factor a little bit and be smart. And yeah, I think it's like I feel like I found the little loophole to make, you know, still race, make it enjoyable, and I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. You know.
Well, you're finding the Tommy Searle loophole a little bit. There's a good way to just rinse British motocross.
That's it. That's it. You got to squeeze it for all it's worth, and then. You know what? I talked to, you know, a lot of ex-pro racers. I was just talking to Kevin Windham, and I always ask them because I know I'm going to get to that point here soon enough. Like, you know, what's it like when you're done racing? And all of them tell me the exact same thing. They say race as long as you can because when it's done, it's done. And for me, I'm really enjoying racing. I'm motivated. I love training. I love riding. I'm still making a good living. I get to take my family everywhere I go, and it's an awesome life. So when that's over, it's not. I know it's not going to be as fun as what I get to do. So you got to enjoy it for as long as you can.
Yeah, and you're not willing to say that this is the end of your AMA Supercross career either.
Yeah, no. And a lot of fans keep saying like, "Man, I thought this guy's retired like 3 times already." I've never said I was retiring. All I said was I'm not racing full time anymore. I'm more of a part time. Like this, come do 5 Supercrossies, so it's like, yeah, I'm not racing every weekend of the year in the AMA, you know, at the highest level. I'm kind of doing spread out a little bit, which is, I think, will create longevity, and if I can keep doing it and keep making good money, we'll see how it goes. And it all depends how the body is too, you know, you got to look after your body, so.
Last thing, do you want to decide if this is it for your AMA Supercross career before Salt Lake so that you can kind of enjoy Salt Lake, tell everyone that's the end? Is that kind of on the
so I can like shed tears and get dramatic?
You know? It would suck. No, it would suck to like do this and then in September go, oh yeah, I'm done with AMA.
Honestly, I don't even really care. I don't really even care. But you know, it's funny. You always put like a date on it, right? Like, oh, I'll be done next year. Will be my last year racing, and then you get there, and then you're like, fuck, I feel pretty good. My body feels good. Like, I can definitely keep going, you know? And you definitely don't want to push the boundaries for too long, but I don't know. I really like what I have going right now. I love the sounds of 5 US Supercross rounds again next year if, you know, Yuri puts something together at Quad Lock again. But we'll see how it goes. Honestly, I could race these next 5 and say I'm done. Like, I'm done, but hey, you just play it by ear.
Okay, first things first, Foxboro, disaster for the weather, not for you, actually a weirdly positive day for you. Yeah. Talk me through that first turn. At what point was it going well, and at what point was it not? And then what was that mindset in that split second in between?
So I've watched the replay, everybody's seen the replay about 30 times now. And like before, I mean, I picked my gate expecting that, you know, the dozer tracks would be there, kind of out front and to the right. And you see me, as soon as I got the jump, I kind of leaned over. And if you see, like, as soon as I hit those dozer tracks, dude, I gained like 10 miles per hour and my front comes up. Well, my whole shot's still locked in. Whole shot device is still locked in at that time. So it's coming up. As soon as it slaps down, my whole shot device releases. And as I'm kind of starting the turn, and the turn angle, everything made it so much worse. So like, just imagine here and then kind of that little bit off, and dude, yeah, I don't know. It was ridiculous. Everybody's seen it. Like, dude, it was scary too, because I mean, the first guy going into the first turn, and then I hit, and I kind of, like, I expected to get hit a lot more than what I did. Just covered myself up, and I got lucky. Nothing you could do really then, if it was a whole shot device that kind of started it. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was so slick, and like they kind of fluffed it all up right before that main. You know, the dozer drove through it, but there was still a guy on a skiddy down there, kind of just moving things around. So initially, I mean, unless you're going directly straight and you're turning it, I mean, you're gonna get some type of, I don't know, kind of reaction to it. And yeah, that's what I had, reaction, and kind of, as soon as that front wheel came up, there was nothing I could do. Like, dude, I was trying to hit my brakes and it was literally just, yeah, see ya.
There was a chance this was you. I think it was you, but obviously everyone's muddy, hard to tell. Did you go down the first rhythm section backwards, the whole lane from start, and there was no like, it was like, this is my section now? Was that you or was that someone else? I think it was you.
I heard someone got docked for doing that, so I don't know.
Well,
no, so I
must
did.
have been that guy.
Yeah,
I saw
no, so yeah, like someone went down. It was like halfway through the rhythm before the finish. Someone went down in my line, in my rut. So initially, like, you try to get out of the rut. Well, as soon as that happened, I shot left into the middle. Well, I couldn't get back onto the right because there was tough blocks right there. So there was no one coming. So I rolled probably 3 jumps on incoming traffic, and then that was literally the only place that I could get back through. So I popped my clutch and jumped across, and somehow I got through it. But dude, honestly, I crashed in the first turn. I get up and, like, dude, there was 4 or 5 of us laying there. It was so bad you couldn't see which bike was which.
Yeah.
So, like, dude, there's only one bike left, so I run over, pick it up. My levers are down, so right away you don't have like a good feel of where your bike should be. Dude, it's underwater, so it doesn't sound the same. So as I'm getting going, like, dude, I thought I was on the wrong bike. Like, literally for the first 2 rhythms, I'm like, dude, I'm on the wrong bike. Like, I'm on the wrong bike. And then
I don't know if you were on the wrong bike. I don't know what you do. What's the protocol there?
I have no idea. Like, this was running through my head too, and then I like came out of the mechanics area and no one pulled me over. So I'm like, dude, I guess I'm all right. And like, put a whole lap together. I can't really reach my clutch because it's down. So dude, yeah, it was just mayhem. And then like I actually worked myself up to 9th within a lap.
Yeah.
Go down. Thought my race was over again because the bike was so dang heavy. Get it back up, and dude, yeah, it was just, that was the gnarliest mud race I've ever done.
And as a rider, you can think a lot about bad luck, good luck, whether things are against you. The fact you came out of all of this in a better position, that must give you some sort of boost of like, okay, this is like the luck's starting to come my way, or I don't know, there's a positive element in that.
Yeah, big time. Like, one of the times I was lifting up my bike, I looked up at the big screen and I seen Tom was down also. So I was like, all right, my moto is going really bad and his is also. I mean, dude, yeah, I definitely had some angels looking out for me last weekend. Like, we needed a miracle, and a miracle happened. Whenever I came off, like, of course I'm bummed. And Amos, my mechanic's like, dude, like, 3 points. Because at the time, like, that's what we thought, 3 points. Like, dude, you're 3 points down. And dude, I was like, wow, I can't believe that just happened. I seen the podium and I was like, okay, none of those guys are in the points or now chances. But I was like, yeah. And I seen Haymaker, like Seth, I seen him laying around the track also. Because I mean, you could see a little bit of the green. Like, you couldn't see much out there, but you could kind of tell who was who. I seen him laying down, so I knew he wasn't up there too much. It was just the fact, like, I was down with Linville in the first turn. I'm pretty sure I passed him the first lap whenever I was making all those passes, and then I go down and I end up 14th, and he ends up on the box. But yeah, man, just a crazy, crazy night.
Did you learn anything from Foxboro that you can apply here? Now, I don't think it's going to be as bad, but let's say it will be that bad. Is there any different technique, strategy, bike setup, little trick that you would now implement?
I mean, I made a little bit of a change for my start for that main event, and it helped. Like, dude, I would have had that whole shot. So kind of bring that into this weekend. Dude, the crazy thing about last weekend is, like, yeah, we ran a practice that was, 5 laps or whatever. Dude, the track crew did not touch the rhythms at all. They just left the ruts. So then when we go out there for the heat race, like, you think all that stuff's kind of fixed, and like, I was in second, and dude, I hit a massive dang hole whenever you just think everything's good going around first lap. So I don't know, maybe that can be changed. But then, like, they went out before the main events and they fixed after the mechanics area. You went left over that, kind of hump where it was like ridiculous ruts. Then they fixed it, and then it was better the rest of the night. So it was like, why couldn't you have done that over the rhythms and at least had like a little bit of better? Because, like, dude, once those ruts were in there, man, it was so gnarly to get through the rhythms, like, alone. No one was jumping them anymore. It was just kind of survival. But overall, I mean, dude, my FC250 out Husqvarna, like, dude, I sent that thing into a lake in the first corner. I buried it probably 5 times throughout the main event. I should have blown that thing up, and dude, I finished still, and my bike was completely fine when they tore it apart. So I have confidence in that, knowing like, man, no matter what we're racing, my bike's gonna make it to the end, which that's what you really stress about, and especially those motors when you have a point situation. Like, you do not want to take a DNF. So yeah, I'm confident in that.
Last thing, how's the 450 prep going for outdoors? Are you enjoying it? Is it everything you wanted it to be so far?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I had 2 days on it. A little bit less time than what I kind of would have liked, but overall, man, I feel good. It's a all new chapter for me, so we'll see. I mean, I definitely think I'll do well on it. I don't know, the team's coming this week to test with me a little bit on it, which would be the first time that I actually test on a 450, which would be cool. Yeah, actually, it's crazy. Like, coming from the 250 to the 450, I kind of had a lot of the same comments, you know, kind of engine-wise and stuff, like very similar. So I definitely think I can fit the 450, you know, make it a little bit more my style. But yeah, I'm excited.
Last week was obviously a disaster, but I'm really confused because I saw you on the plywood with your front wheel locked up.
Yeah.
So how did you get from there to the finish? Because it looked like that bike was going nowhere.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was in P5 and I got stuck in the mud. It took me a while. I think I got lapped. It took me over a lap to get back on track, let's say. And so I was in the rhythm before the finish jump, and I saw my name on the big screen. I was in P12.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm still 12. I'm still gonna score some points. So I crossed the finish line. The bike flew in the finish line, like I lost control of the bike. But I was in P12 for me. So I was like, okay, this is great. And then I went back to the truck and the team told me, no, you finished last, 22. I was like, guys, I still can't believe I finished last. I was P5, like a lap and a half to go. And I can't believe like 21 rider passed me in 1 lap. Like, it was insane for me. I couldn't believe it, but yeah, that's how it is. And I feel like everyone had a good race. Normally in the mud, everyone like DNF, or I couldn't believe by crossing the finish line, I was last. That was insane for me.
Yeah,
But
like,
yeah.
Do you accept that you were 22nd, or do you feel like there's
I don't
maybe
know.
something's gone wrong? Or?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I have no idea. I know the timing wasn't working the whole day. The sector. I don't know if something was messed up, but going from P5 to last 22 in 1.5 lap is insane. But maybe that's what happened. Maybe don't know. I'm not sure. But it's pretty insane that no one DNF before me after 4 or 5 laps. So yeah, pretty crazy. But no, we look ahead. I had a good week this training, and yeah, we have 4 races to go. So we're gonna give everything we have.
Everyone says because you're an MXGP guy, you would be great in the mud. But I can't remember you in a muddy GP.
No, I actually never really raced a muddy GP. I was talking to Ken Roxanne he texted me after the race, and he told me, yeah, that was the worst race like I had. Like, and I mean, me too. Like, I never raced in such a bad track. But I feel like I was good. I won the each race. Pretty comfortable. I had a really bad start and came back from pretty much last to P5. So I mean, I had a good night actually. Overall. My riding and everything was great. I just missed 1 lap. That's how it is.
Yeah, like everyone says that Euros are going to be great in the mud, but really there aren't that many muddy GPs. And yes,
No.
you're riding at Lommel in the winter in the rain.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you're really riding Foxboro conditions much.
No, I never ride that in my life, to be honest. It was the first time. And I feel like here in the US it rains a lot more than in our season in MXGP it doesn't rain that much.
Yeah.
We maybe have
Trentino
one.
looks really nice
it's
this
really
weekend.
dry, and the weather is, I would say, way better in the winter in Europe than here. I mean, those places where we go, it's raining all the time, I feel like.
Yeah.
So it's a lot different.
How do you reset mentally coming into this weekend? Obviously, still got a red plate, but this is almost like round 1 all over again.
Yeah, exactly. I think we go for the SMX Championship right now. 4 races, so we're all close. We're all in 8 points, let's say. So it's all, we're gonna give everything we can and see where we end up.
Okay, so naturally Seattle was a massive step forward for you. Just talk about the relief that was mentally and just how different it was going to work the week after with that weight off of your back.
Seattle was good. I was super pumped with it. We did a lot of work on and off the bike. Obviously, I've been doing that all year, but to finally pull a podium was nice. Finally rode like I know I could all year. It was good to get out front, run with the top guys, and battle Juju for a bit. No, it was good. It sucked. I obviously wanted to get right back in the racing, but we had a weekend off. Just went out, rode some Supercross, put some more good laps in this week, and yeah, no, feeling good for this weekend.
You mentioned changes to your program before Seattle. Just explain what those were and why you decided to make those movements.
Obviously, after, when was it, San Diego, I changed trainers, so started working with Brock Tickle. I just think after a couple of months, it's just really starting to gel well. Me and Brock have been working together really well, and I just think that really helped with my program on the bike. I don't know, I just think for me, we worked on some things, and I don't know, starts were definitely an improvement. We worked on a lot of that, tried some different technique stuff, which I really felt like helped. Yeah, that's about it.
What sort of technique are you now using on the start then? Getting over the front more? Is it bike setup? Where does that improvement come from?
I'd say for me it was just more getting more on the front of the bike a little bit, keep my head movement up on the front more. Just for me being a little bit bigger of a guy, anytime I move back a little bit, I really noticed the front end wants to come up. So it's pretty crucial on just keeping myself tight on the bike on the starts. A little bit of throttle positioning, and yeah, just a little bit of here and there.
Maybe this is a dumb question. You are a bigger guy, as you said. Do you go down to the start line almost a little bit defeated already, knowing that you've got a tougher challenge to get a good start than the guys you're around?
No, I'm on a Pro Circuit Kawasaki, so I know I've got the best stuff out there. So, no, I mean, I know I can obviously whole shot at day one, and had some really good starts this year. So, no, it doesn't really bother me.
And then, as we said, Seattle was a massive step forward. How would you rate your season so far? Some highs, some lows, the injury, which I feel like a lot of people do overlook. So is this good in your mind?
It's okay.
It's tough, isn't it, to kind of figure out?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I had some high expectations going in. Just didn't pan out. Just some things I was dealing with and trying to really figure out. I'd say after the injury was when I really could figure things out and almost kind of rebuild my program. I'd mainly say after Indy I had an okay race, but during that break is when we really put in some really good on the bike time, lots of hours on the bike and soup and some outdoor training. And that's kind of when I knew the program was really turning in the right direction. I kind of wish that was the direction we started with, but you know, you can't change the past. But no, I think Seattle was kind of, I wish that's how I started the season because I knew that's how I could ride. And yeah, I don't know. It's been an okay season, but I think now all we can do is just keep building and yeah, hopefully end with some more podiums.
Where do you still need to improve? Where do you still see a weakness in yourself or the bike?
Bike's great. I think for me it's just obviously a little bit more just intensity the first couple laps, making a little bit better passes. Seattle, I mean, the wind was right there in the first half of the race. I mean, I was running up there, but I just let Davies get too far ahead. I battled with Bo Merrick for too long. So I think for me it was just, obviously I was excited. I was like, all right, finally you're battling with these guys. But I knew I was better than that. After we watched film on Monday, it was kind of like, oh man, like I maybe could have won that race. So yeah, I think for me it's just keep improving, keep working on some things, taking one step at a time, and yeah, that's about it.
Do you think you need a little more self-belief?
Maybe it was that at first. I think for me it was just, I don't know, I don't really like to say what I was dealing with, but it was just some things I was really kind of fighting, and I think for me it was just a little bit of self-belief and just having the right program. So I think after I finally was pretty confident with things and knew what I was doing after Indy was the right thing, that's when I really started to believe in everything.
And then the last thing, are you 100% now with the shoulder and everything?
Yeah, shoulder's great. Haven't had any issues. It's good as new. Yeah, no, it's good.